Welcome to Faithful Pause, an opportunity to ground ourselves in God's expansive story and take a few moments to reflect on who we are as faithful people. Today we're going to share with you two pieces. The first one is called Catherine's Joy, and it's a reflection on Cathrine of Siena, who lived from March 1347 to April 1380. She's remembered in some quarters of the church on the 29th of April. Was quite an extraordinary person. She was highly regarded for her care for the sick and the poor, especially in her care for those who were victims of bubonic plague. She was also notable for her charitable donations. She had a habit of giving away family possessions, much to the chagrin of the rest of her family. Catherine's cheerfulness and joy as she carried out her duties drew many to her. There was no somber piety for her. An Italian mystic, theologian, author, copious letter writer, and papal emissary, Cathrine of Siena was, after her death, eventually declared a saint, and in 1970 was recognized as a doctor of the Church. It seems fitting that both World Laughter Day and her Remembrance Day coincide. A reflection on Catherine's joy. Euphrosyne, Joy, they called me, after the saint, the family's pet name, though I was really Cathrine, and, like my namesake, the thought that gave me the greatest joy was to live my life for God. I was only 5 years old when I had the vision, Jesus seated in glory with Peter, Paul, and John, so beautiful, so wonderful, the sense of love and majesty piercing my soul, warming my heart, joy bubbling over. What else to do but to vow to serve him all my days? Given there were 24 of us, surely Mama and Papa could spare me. Family had other plans, wanting to keep my sister's man in the family after she died. They decided we should marry, but I knew Big Sis had quite a time of it. I refused. When they would not listen, I settled in for a long fast, and when they cajoled and threatened, I cut off my hair to make myself, shall we say, less appealing. We all could have made heavy weather of it, but that is just not my way. The more difficult they made it, the more humbly I chose to serve them, as if they were Jesus himself, and the more I did so, the more joy I found. I think joy was the clincher eventually. They gave up. It's strange and wonderful where joy will take you. I ended up serving God through serving others, from helping the poor and tending the sick, and yes, occasionally giving away family possessions, much to their annoyance, to negotiating peace treaties on behalf of the Pope. Euphrosyne, Joy, they called me. And joy is right. After all, how could I be otherwise, loving and serving the one who is the source of all joy? Our second piece for reflection today is simply entitled Joy. Joy. It is a gift rare and precious, not meant for hoarding or hiding away. Its magic comes from its sharing. Left stored, it withers. Offered to others, it takes root, blossoms, it branches reaching out, a nesting place for love and kindness to be nurtured and given wing. Its trunk, a solid resting place from the sorrows and cares that come from living, giving soul-centering solace. It is a gift made for opening and offering, again and again, expansive and unconstrained. Its source never runs dry. It is the oasis in the barren desert wasteland, a clear mountain spring, a well from which to drink deeply, and a fountain of blessing, bubbling and brimming with life. It emerges and restores, is an act of resistance, and gives light in the dark. When all else fades, joy remains. Thanks for joining with us here at Trinity United Church for a faithful pause. We hope to see you again next week when we take a moment from all of the busyness of life to ground ourselves in the Holy's expansive story.